Hi everybody! Thanks for coming to spend some time with me. I'm Jessica, and today I'm going to talk about something that I usually don't talk about on my channel, but it's something that some of you guys have noticed and made comments on my appearance and energy within my personality. And so I thought that I guess I would try to touch on my weight loss journey and a couple tips and tricks that may help you if you want to do a weight loss journey as well. So I started YouTube years back, and it was always just to do something for fun. I quit it because I was obviously starting to gain more and more weight, and I didn't feel good physically or mentally. I had a whole heck of a lot less energy because physically I wasn't feeling good, and I had a lot less energy because mentally I wasn't feeling good. So there were times when I didn't even want to get out of bed, so let alone turn on a camera. So that's why I took a break from YouTube. And you know, I tried making changes and doing little things here and there to lose some weight. I was always looking for a quick fix. So a lot of times I would start and stop and start and stop, and I just basically gave up and let myself go, and I even stopped being in family photos, so I honestly cannot even like insert a photo at my heaviest. If you want to, you could go back into my channel pretty far and you could see an obvious change in my appearance. So I want to give you a little bit of tips and tricks on how I lost a total of 63 pounds in about a 7 to 8 month time frame. Okay, now in no way am I like an expert or a doctor or anything like that, but a lot of what I've realized is that it's the basics that we've all been being taught that actually work the best. So first, my journey started in 2014, January, New Year's Eve. I set myself a New Year's resolution that I was going to lose weight, finally. Okay, I was gonna do it. And it actually took until mid to end March for me to start. And that's because during that time I was kind of making some research and getting myself motivated. I really believe that you have to be, if you want to make like a real change, a big change, you got to be 100% there. Even 110% there as far as motivated. And what really helped me, guys, was YouTube. I watched a lot of YouTubers talk about their weight loss journey. It was great seeing just normal people like me going through the process and making it there. They achieved their goals. So set some goals. I set one that I considered a reasonable, reachable goal, where I thought if I start this, I should be able to at least lose this amount. And then in the back of my head, I always had my dream goal of where we would all wish we could be. And I am so happy to say that making the changes that I did became kind of a normal lifestyle for me, that once I reached my reachable goal, I didn't feel I wanted to stop. I said, you know what, this is already my routine now, I'm gonna keep going, and I reached my dream goal. So now I pretty much live like I want to, but I'm more knowledgeable, and I have incorporated some of the changes that I did to lose the weight into my everyday life now, and now I just maintain it, but I get to do pretty much what I want. But first, get really motivated and set yourself some goals. Next step I'd say you must do is switch yourself over to some good old water. This was really hard for me because my main beverage was soda. That was it. I mean, I think I drank at least close to a 12 pack of Coke a day. So you could wing yourself off. This is just what I did. I would go buy those zero waters because they have the carbonation in it, but they're like 0 calories, which is awesome. I'm all about lower calorie intake. I believe that helped me a lot. Also, some Crystal Light, either packets or drops, that will help get some flavor in there if you can't stand the fact that it's just bleh, water. But then, as it became my norm, part of my everyday life, I switched over to the Brita. And it is just a water bottle with a little filter that you could change. And it went with me everywhere. In the car, if we went to the movies, I had this and I drank water all day long. Water also helps flush out junk in your body. And I was so prone to headaches. I started noticing switching over to water and keeping myself hydrated. I had way less headaches. So water, guys, water is awesome. Another trick that I want to mention is adding some lemon to your water. Now, I don't have any fresh lemons right now to show you guys, but lemon helps boost your metabolism. And when you get older and you're trying to lose weight, you want a fast-moving metabolism, and that's why when we're younger, we have a good metabolism. It's easier to keep the weight off. We start to get older, and all of our systems slow down. So add some water. If you don't have a fresh lemon to squeeze, I honestly added this when I needed to. This little natural 100% lemon juice. So you could add that to your water. That is an awesome trick right there, lemon water. Okay, another thing is watch what you eat. Really, it goes back to basics. The healthier you eat, the better. Start adding in all of those fruits and veggies. And what I did in the beginning is I kept a little notebook like this, food journal, and it sat out on my countertop in the kitchen all day long so that I could keep myself accountable for what I put in, because the more you're putting in, the more calories you're putting in. And so sometimes you wouldn't realize that you just grabbed a handful of chips and how much those chips really add up when it comes to calories. You want to eat because you need to, not because you want to, especially trying to lose weight, okay? Eat to be satisfied. Don't eat to get full. Here's a couple tricks with that. Okay, your mind, I mean, I know I do. I eat with my eyes. So if you can make whatever you're eating look bigger by either smaller pieces, a bunch of smaller pieces, or taking a smaller plate, putting your salad on a tiny plate so it looks really large, that helps. Also, eat slower so that you can enjoy what you're eating, because once you start changing the types of food you eat, and bananas will be yummy and enjoyable, so you'll want to savor it when you eat it, but also eat slower, because it actually takes your brain like 20 minutes to realize that it's full. If you've ever been to like a buffet and you've went in and you were starving, so you just started stuffing, and then all of a sudden you just hit this point of like, oh, I'm full. That's finally your brain realizing you put in on quite a bit, you're good, you're done, like you can't have another bite. So eat slower and smaller bites so that you will hit that satisfied point and realize when you're satisfied and stop. Okay, don't want to go beyond that. You want to intake less. Also, always carry a snack. I always had like a banana or like a health bar of some sort in my car, in my handbag. so that when I was out and I started to get hungry, I didn't just go, you know, reach for whatever I could. Oh, there's McDonald's. Like, I gotta eat, you know? You don't wanna reach that hunger point to where you're gonna overindulge and just wreck, your whole day, you know what I mean? So have the snacks on hand so that you can have a snack. Just make sure it's a healthy snack. And some snacks that I really, really loved was I loved things like almonds, things that are low in calories, so you could have more of it, more of it to feel fuller, but less calories. So try to watch what the package says, calories per serving. So cottage cheese is awesome for low calorie. I loved prunes because I could have a good amount of them, and they have fiber, and fiber helps you feel fuller. It also regulates you so that you're going and you're releasing all that stuff built up in your gut, so you'll have a nice flat gut. And those extra pounds that start packing in there they'll go away. So, yeah, and also, okay, so I did a cheat day. I don't think I would have made it as far if I didn't cheat once in a while, because my family wasn't on the diet that I was on. So allow yourself some cheat meals. And mine was like on the weekend. My family wanted to go out to a fast food restaurant. I allowed myself to cheat. The funny thing is the further I went into my journey, the more I realized that my body actually really loved the healthy stuff. And so I'd eat that greasy cheeseburger, and it actually wasn't that satisfying to me. I would have preferred a salad. So it is hard to start. It is hard to stay. But if you can push yourself, and what you put in, you're gonna get out, it'll become normal and easy. Now, also, I really believe in prep cooking, or like I said, having snacks on hand, same thing with dinner. Have like some kind of healthy meal. I prep cooked. You could look into that on other videos, I'm sure, or have like those frozen Smart Ones, or Healthy Choice, whatever they're called. They're already portioned out. They're smaller calorie intake, and that way when you know what you're gonna have for dinner, you could just grab it. It takes a couple minutes in the microwave, and then you could also join your family for a dinner. You're just gonna have yours, okay? Also, what to do when you start having those cravings for sweets. Oh man, because I love my sweets. I changed over to just allowing myself to have a little dark chocolate. So buy those really small packs of Hershey's in the snack size, and you'll know that it's the right size because you'll pull it out and it'll have like 6 little squares. And what I did is when I just couldn't take it, I needed something sweet, I let myself have it. It's better to go that route than to go open some kind of bag of cookies. You know what I mean? Grab that little bar, break all 6 pieces into your little squares, and pop in these little squares and let them melt in your mouth and just enjoy it. That is a tip for sweets, okay? Working out must be done. I so firmly believe that, and boy, do I hate it. Oh, I hated it so much. My body was out of shape. I couldn't handle it. Working out was no fun, but it's a must to really, honestly, truly lose the weight. So cardio is huge for burning the fat off. So find a way to get yourself motivated to do some cardio. Also, because you're losing fat for cardio, I recommend adding in some kind of toning as well. If it's just getting down and dirty on the floor and doing some typical push-ups and sit-ups, that's great. Or you could do something I did was I went to like Target or Walmart, I can't remember, but get a floor mat. It makes it a little bit more comfortable. And I felt a little bit more like efficient. Sometimes it helps to get some aids like that. And I got some 5-pounders, and at first I couldn't even do these, you know, so I would just try to do some push-ups and sit-ups, and I followed some workout videos, and people do it on YouTube, and then I started to get a routine of my own, some tricks for how to tone the belly, where my problem areas were. So I would do that about 3 times a week minimum. So try to throw that in there as well. But cardio every day. I went on Craigslist and got a real cheap elliptical, and I found a spot for it in my house, made room for it. And I made a playlist with really pumped up, exciting music to get me going. And then I put motivational quotes up on the wall. And I literally took this down. This has been up there. I don't get on my elliptical anymore. I'll be honest. I can maintain my weight now. Now I lost that 63 pounds, and I am holding it off. And my main thing is drinking water, not overindulging. Don't go to bed with a full stomach. Try not to eat anything like 3 hours before bed, because otherwise that's going to sit in your gut. Because when your body's asleep, the metabolism is not breaking it down, so it's not good to eat late either. But I put this, literally I just printed it out, or you can handwrite it. It says, no change is made in the comfort zone. I so believe this. It's so true. As hard as it is, it's true. So if you felt that workout, that cardio workout, whether it's, you know, in the beginning, I had to start so slow, but then you get going, and I actually started to enjoy to push myself a little bit more each day, a little harder, a little faster. And I like to, my elliptical was pretty cheap, but it at least told me the amount of time and how much calories it thought I burned. And I love to write it down every time I got off and try to push myself a little bit more every day. And also it was good to know the calories, because you'd be surprised. If I just worked like 30 minutes, 35 minutes, like really hard, I'm sweating, and it said that I lost like I burned 300 calories, go look what's on the back of a Snickers bar. Yeah, you'll eat one of those, there goes your workout, you just canceled it out. You know what I'm saying? So tracking helps, and there's free websites to go on and track too. But if you could get a buddy to stay motivated, that's awesome. If you enjoy going to the gym, go to the gym, Facebook pages, watch YouTube, whatever it takes to keep you motivated. Just me sticking with it and seeing results kept me motivated. I finally realized I was doing it right, and I kept going. And like I said, once I hit my first weight goal, I made another. I hit that one. I mean, I lost the weight I wanted, and I've been able to keep it off. I still drink water to this day, tons of water. I enjoy, this is what I do, this is what I did during my weight loss, and I still do it to this day. In the morning, I like to wake up and I like to have a cup of green tea. Ugh, did I hate this stuff at first. It doesn't matter what brand you get either, okay? Green tea. Green tea has some caffeine in it, so it will start up your metabolism. It's a diuretic, so that helps flush you out, especially if you're drinking good water, okay? And then what I would do to sweeten it up is I'd add a little bit of honey, just a little bit, no more than like a teaspoon, and it's better to do the honey instead of sugar. And that's what I would have in the morning, and that would start my day. And then I just make sure that I eat smaller meals. I have my snacks so that I never am at a point of like I'm starving, and work out and stick with it. Stay positive. And I only weighed myself once a week at the end of the week. You will see better results that way, trust me. If you weigh yourself too much, it could be very frustrating, because depending on the time of day, is it night, Is your belly full? Is it day? I mean, do you have water weight on? Did you just work out? There's so many things that could affect your weight. If you weigh yourself too frequently, you could definitely get a wrong number. It could be frustrating. So it's better to spread it out as much as possible. So I limited myself to once a week, and then I even pushed it to 2 weeks. Further in, I only weighed myself once every 2 weeks, and then I got to see like a chunk of results, you know, that I stuck with. I knew that if I was doing the work, I was going to get it back. Like I said, what you put in to it, you will get in return. And just remember the basics, guys. It's all about just some healthy eating. Now, as far as a few other tricks, like I said, don't eat late. Do not snack in the middle of the night. And it is hard at first to train your body, but your body will get used to it. Metamucil fiber, I would get 8 ounces of water and the serving of this Metamucil, which is fiber, and it would help me go to bed feeling full and help me from needing to snack. Plus, it's awesome for your digestive tract, right? While you're making all these changes, I highly recommend, because you're gonna need to lower your calorie intake for your body to lose some weight. So I took a multivitamin, and these are gummies and they taste like candy. So it was kind of a treat when I took my multivitamin. And this is just a recommendation, but this is a fiber plus calcium one. Because you're going to be lowering your calories and food intake. You're going to be missing out maybe on some things your body would have been used to, a full glass of milk or a lot of cheese or something like that. So make sure you give yourself some calcium and fiber. Fiber fills you up. It also keeps you regulated, which helps keeps the pounds off. But basically, guys, you just got to find what works for you. Stay positive and stick with it. Get a buddy, find a support system, and just do what you can for your body. And best of luck to you guys. Just all I could say is know that it's so possible. Okay, if I was able to lose 63 pounds, I'm just a normal girl, so can you. Okay, so good luck to all of you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Mwah. Bye-bye. Oh, leave me questions. If you have some questions, I'll be happy to answer them. So leave some questions down below, and I'll see you again soon, okay? Bye-bye.